one of my early mentors, I really failed at a project. Like, I don't normally cry at work. I mean, I'm definitely like a movie crier, but I don't really cry at work. I can count on the number of one hands the number of times I've cried at work. And I walked into her office and I was crying outside, and I said, I feel like I've failed you. And she first laughed because she was like, this project was so screwed up on a senior management level from the beginning that I never thought it was going to work. So like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm not surprised that it didn't work. But also, she said the next thing, which is like, that would just make me feel better. But the thing that made me better was the next thing she said, which was, but if you think you failed me, you probably did on some level. So cancel all your meetings for the next 2 days and really think about what went wrong. What did you learn? What would you have done differently if you could go back and do it again? And
Mhm.
she just like bought me the time to be reflective about it. And so I came back. Actually, that was a manufacturing transfer where you're moving stuff from Ohio to India. And I came back to her and I said, and I basically learned one of the most powerful lessons of my whole career, which was it's always the people, but it's really the environment you put in to make people thrive that works or doesn't work. And in this particular case, people were losing their jobs in Ohio. People were getting jobs in India. There was a lot of cultural misunderstandings, and we were scared of that dynamic. So we didn't lean into it. We didn't talk about it. Elephant in the room, and we just like tried to do the work. Well, you can't do the work well if you don't fundamentally have trust and you don't have a good dynamic. And I ended up doing projects like that later, and we just totally changed the culture, and the difference was everything. And I always joke that manufacturing transfers are like your grandma's pie recipe, which is like she gives you how she makes it, and then you try it, and it never turns out as good. So you think you're not as good a cook as your grandma.